Hi everyone, my name is Olena, and if you've been following me on my mastectomy journey, thank you so much. I am now 2 years post-op and wanted to give you just some helpful tips about the things that they don't tell you about when you have a mastectomy. And just a little bit of background if you haven't been following my journey. I had a preventative double mastectomy and I opted to go flat, so I did not have reconstruction. And so these are the things that I learned in my experience from having my surgery, which was with the hopes of preventing breast cancer in my lifetime. I did not have cancer, and so I opted to have this surgery because of a strong family history, a genetic mutation, and extremely high risk. So number one, the first thing I wanted to share is when you talk to your doctor and you come to the decision that you would like to do the most extreme thing you could ever think of, which is remove your breasts so you don't get breast cancer. The number one thing I want people to know is you have options. A lot of the doctors are very encouraging to get reconstruction. And, you know, obviously there's been lots of breakthroughs when it comes to different types of reconstruction. They were all broken down and explained to me. And of course, you know, a lot of people are very open to breast implants, and there are other things that you can do, and maybe things that you wouldn't qualify for, or things that you would. And I did a lot of research about all of them, but I knew that I didn't want to have any reconstruction. I just wanted to have my mastectomy, have my breast taken out, sew me up, let me heal, and move on. And so the number one thing I want people to know is you don't have to have reconstruction. You can opt to just go flat like me. And I'm not saying that it's better or worse, but it's just one of those options that isn't really given. And I feel like doctors aren't as open to it because they think that women aren't going to be the same, or they might have emotional issues afterwards. But I am proof that, you know, you can recover and do everything that you did before and feel great, and the recovery is way faster. So I have no complaints whatsoever. So number one, you can also opt not to have any reconstruction and just go flat. And so I just want women to feel secure in being able to make that decision as well. Number two, one thing they don't tell you is after surgery, the next day when the doctor comes in to check on you and she removes the bandages, it's not all bloody and gross. There's no blood, it's very clean. It was quite beautiful. I cried when I looked down and how well the surgery was and how clean it was. So, you know, you might be prepared to see the most gruesome thing in your life, but guess what? It's not. They literally go in, take it out, sew it up, and it's quite impressive at how nice it was. I was preparing for the worst. I didn't know what it was going to look like, but it was just something that wasn't as gruesome as you might expect. Number three, so after your surgery, whether it be driving home or if someone's driving you around, any bump in the road or any dip or pothole or quick turn is painful. Just something about, you know, everything that happened and the drains in there, and you're just really tender, and, you know, you might be on painkillers, but for me, driving, like being a passenger, it was really painful when someone was driving because they don't know that, you know, it's going to hurt when you go over a bump. To me, that was exceptionally painful, and you kind of had to get used to it. Some women recommend a pillow. Any amount of soft pressure is good to help relieve that. So I would recommend, if someone is driving you home after your surgery, to have the most, like, not, you know, not like a truck that's going to bounce all around. If it is a truck, you know, make sure they have really good shock absorbers. But whatever the smoothest car is that you have, that would be the best car to be riding around in. So also another thing I wanted to talk about is that it's not recommended for you to sleep laying flat. nobody really talked about it. I think I learned about it when I was looking at other people's YouTube videos. They were sleeping in recliners and in, you know, sitting up and whatnot. And so we had purchased a bed that could go up and down. And so I was sitting up, but it's best to be, you know, at like a 45-degree angle or whatever it is that is best for you. But just to, you know, so that the blood flow works and everything. But in addition to sleeping kind of sitting up, you're not going to be able to sleep on your side for a really long time, for several months. And so I remember when I started to feel somewhat healed, the first thing I was able to do was sleep on my tummy. And that was awesome. But just be prepared that you're going to be sleeping on your back and you're going to be sleeping upright for several months. And I was actually surprised that I was able to sleep on my back, because I'm a side sleeper. And so easily I was able to sleep on my back, and it wasn't really a big issue. It wasn't really a problem. So just wanted to share that. And another thing that you guys might think is really gross, and for some reason nobody talks about it at all. Even when I went to see my surgeon with my husband to do a checkup, I brought it up and she kind of acted like she hadn't heard this before. But because you're pretty much kind of inactive and you're recovering and your arms are flat to your side and down, I found that my armpits had kind of a cheesy smell, like a funky blue cheese smell. And I kind of got a little obsessed with cleaning my armpits just because I thought I smelled funky. And I just want to share this with you because if it happens to you, I feel like it's completely natural, and it's just one of those things that nobody talks about for whatever reason. And it's, you know, obviously you have a warm, moist body part, and it's, you know, your arms are down, and so it's not going to smell super fresh and super clean, and you can't put your arm up. And so it's, you know, just do what you will to prevent that. But it wasn't super strong or anything, but I just thought that was really weird, and no one talked about it at all. So I just wanted to share that happened to me. So yeah, so number one, you know, assess all of your reconstruction or not reconstruction options, even though a lot of doctors don't even talk about no reconstruction. And so that's why I opted for my simple bilateral mastectomy without reconstruction. Just sew me up, easy to go. It's not bloody, it's not super gross, you know, done with care and precision, your incisions will look as they should, and it's not gonna be, you know, some traumatizing experience. Be prepared for when someone is driving over bumps or potholes or making strong turns, like it really is painful when things are bouncing and moving. And then have a pillow or something to apply pressure to the incision area. We also had like an ace bandage that my husband would wrap me with, and that like felt really good too. And be prepared to be sitting upright at an angle, and that you won't be able to sleep on your side for many months until you're all recovered. And yeah, the armpits, you know, they are a way for your body to release fluids and toxins. And so I just wanted to get it out there and let you know it's totally natural. And I had wipes and was cleaning, and it wasn't that strong of a smell, but it was something. So just to recap, I had a preventative double mastectomy to prevent breast cancer, hopefully, after my aunt, mom, and grandmother all had breast cancer, and then I tested positive for the RAD50 genetic mutation. And so I opted to have this surgery with the hopes of saving my life. My husband encouraged me to document the process, and so I posted my pre and post-op videos on YouTube. And I really appreciate all the love and support, and I know some women have found it really helpful. And so I'm glad that I've been able to share information with you guys, and that you are able to, you know, make the right decisions for you and make the right decisions for your family and for your life. And so hopefully everything goes well with you. And thank you so much for watching.